Hey everyone, and welcome to Livewire. It's Ali here, joined by Matt, and today we are going to tell you everything you need to know about the Kickstarter game Mordhau. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you enjoyed the video, and comment below your thoughts on the game and if you like it. Let's try and get 50 likes for this new game on the channel.
New game hype! Okay, so Mordhau is an upcoming multiplayer medieval melee game with a strong emphasis on skill-based combat. Well, where have we heard that before? Sound like For Honor much?
Sounds like For Honor, but with the graphics of chivalry. Mordhau is still in early development, but if you would like to help the developers realize their vision, you can head over to their Kickstarter campaign and back the project, and as a reward, you get early access to the game.
Well, there's a lot of stuff to get excited about though, because you can create your own suit of armor, which includes like gloves, arms, shoulders, chest pieces, legs, boots, helmets, and much, much more. So that's really cool how there's like a bunch of customization in it. You also get to pick the metal tint and color of your different segments of armor. So like it's a better version of For Honor with the customization there, how you can actually choose your own colors and stuff for individual pieces.
I don't get what the whole point is in like some of the like granular effects that you can add to some textures in For Honor. It's like, I'm really not going to see that in the heat of battle or in a darkly lit room or something like that. But I get what they're trying to go for here anyway. It's really nice.
Yeah, so if they get their vision realised, they will also have like a fuck ton of customization. We're going to have females, just like in For Honor, but for every class, I imagine.
Yes, speculation.
And that includes like weapons and armour as well to be added to your customization. And your character's own appearance, which is something we didn't see in For Honor. Which is something that's going to be awesome. You're going to have your own individual characters, so that's something to get excited about for sure.
True, and this game is running Unreal Engine 4, so you can be guaranteed that it looks pretty fucking good.
Nice.
The main thing you can also add to that is that you can be anything, and we mean anything. You're not just limited to a class. You can be a Viking, you can be a Crusader, you can be a Knight, you could even be an Archer or a Sharpshooter or a Crossbowman when they eventually add crossbows to the game, although they do have archeries and bows and arrows. So, as I was saying, it's skill-based melee combat that they're focusing on. The whole point is chaining your attacks into combos and punishing your opponents with quick counters and being able to push them away from kicks, trick them with feints, grip your polearm close to your hand if you want to take up a different stance to attack differently. If it's a polearm in that case, or a sword, you can grab it by the hilt, you can grab it by the blade, and actually do a Mordhau attack, as the game is namesakes for. And they actually say in their talk of discussions from the developers that they use real half-swording techniques to attack and like research into the game and much, much more, which is promising because as much as For Honor is cool, I don't believe there was ever that big a Japanese man called Shigoki that could push me around that easily.
No, that's true, but we touched on this earlier with the customization, but we'll go into it in a little bit more detail now. You can smith your own sword, so you're going to have your own like weapon to like craft and cool your own. So I think that's really, really exciting, how you can kind of almost get like a baby in the game. So
I'm going to say you can name them. I want to name my Noob Slayer.
Weeb Killer. But yeah,
Weeb Killer.
With the sword, you get to craft it from individual pieces. So you're going to pick your blade, your crossguard, and your grip. But say you didn't want a sword, you wanted something else, so say a mace, that's no problem, because you get to pick the head for that, and the handle, and you get to choose the different wood types as well. So there's thousands of possible combinations for your weapons. That's awesome. I'm really excited about that.
It really is like appealing to the sort of OCD creation perfectionist sort of person in you, which is more the PC fan base I can understand. But what they want to emphasize is that their combat system is designed for fights, ranging from duels, such as you get in For Honor and 4v4s and all that, which is as far as it extends to, but to much, much, much larger battles. In this game, you can get up to 64 players fighting each other in just massive fuck pits of fighting, or even in big castle storming sessions where you can siege castles and then eventually break through and storm them, or ride out and meet them head on and take them down. Because guess what? You can also ride on horses in this game. You can literally get a javelin and go across and do tourneys in this. You can even use that to storm the castle itself once you get into it. That is something that even David said he desperately wanted in For Honor, and we still haven't seen any slight hint of that coming to it. So get ready to paint those fields in blood.
Yeah, I mean, just the sheer scale of that, and it's going to feel like a proper medieval war, which is something that I really wanted for For Honor, but it doesn't look likely, especially not having... It's never going to have that many players in one game, so that is...
Oh no, 64 players is insane. So I'm assuming it's the same as Battlefield 1 in that, 32 players per team, but I can't imagine
fantastic.
that. That's insane. Just 32 people literally just in a massive circle in the middle like a mosh pit, just swinging swords and hoping someone dies. Skill-based combat, yeah, I'm sure it is when it comes to that.
It's still very exciting, but a quick thing here. We've got to tell you that Mordhau is still in early development, so you can sign up for more updates. You can sign up to the Mordhau website to receive their newsletter and get notified about any updates that they have. So it's still early in development now, but if you want to learn more about this game, go there to find out more.
Or just come back to us, because equally, we've got more information in the form of when is Mordhau going to be released? Well, currently the developers are planning for the full release to be in early 2018, so it's a bit on the horizon now, considering this is just the early stage of 2017, but you've got to keep in mind this game has just reached the forefront of people's attention, and just because it's in early development, that's never stopped anyone playing any game before, such as H1Z1 or stuff like that. I mean, it's just an estimation and it might change, so be sure to look forward to it, and if you do end up getting the game on the Kickstarter campaign, you will get early beta access and all that, so you can be going onto their forums, subscribe to their newsletters, it's all available for you to use to promote this game, because the more of you that get the game, the higher the chance it will be even better than we can imagine.
However, you won't be able to get early access on Steam, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's not that easy. You do need to go through their website, but they do say that they will get it on Steam eventually. It's just harder to get it at this early stage.
Right. So how much is this game going to cost? Well, it's actually going pretty cheap from the early indications. It's meant to be between $20 and $30, which is much less than you would pay for any AAA title game, so that's great news.
Yeah, I mean, and I know originally people were aggrieved of paying that much money for like an early access game that might never reach fruition, but this game's had a lot of hype recently, so I find it hard to believe that a lot of people won't have invested in it now and be trying to pump money into it to see that it comes out good. Particularly with the drop in fan base on games like For Honor recently, this is the next best thing that is up on the horizon. So, will there be a console release? I'm afraid not. It's not planned just now, so
sorry,
unfortunately it doesn't really work. But, however, many games that make it big as early access games on Steam do make it to the PlayStation Network, for example, through monthly game installments on your PSN. True. And part of the reason why they're sticking to PC to begin with is because the developers love mod support. They love it in games that they play, and they are 100% going to have mod support in this game, which is a big advantage over For Honor, because it means if there's a lack of something in For Honor, and you want it to be there, there's a high chance someone could make it for you if it was on PC with mod scene. This will have it. So let's say you think, this is really cool and all, but I really want to have a giant warhammer like Robert Baratheon in Game of Thrones lore, but it's not in the game yet. But guess what? There's probably someone else who's already thought that idea and is clever enough to program it into the game, so you can just go, subscribe to the mod, and wield that hammer in the battlefield. And that, and the customization is what is going to give this the edge over For Honor, we think.
I want Game of Thrones mods so badly. That's what I'm so excited about. It's going to be awesome.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Anyway, we touched on this earlier as well, but we'll talk more about the game modes that are in the game. So, besides from the regular games, like your free throws and your team deathmatches, there will be dual game modes just like in For Honor, and the main game mode that is yet to be revealed, so more exciting news to come.
Story speculation, but it says something good that like if they've got siege modes and like castle storming and duels and brawls, and that's not their main game mode, and I can't think of anything else in particular, I mean that really excites me. Imagine a giant like, you know, in Skyrim and Oblivion, you could go to an arena and like you'd have to work your way up through the ranks. I'd love to see like an arena section to this game or something like that. Something where it's like 1v1s basically just to prove and climb the ranks. They do say there'll be a rank system in it as well, however.
Yeah, so they want the game to be playable from 16 to 64 players, so again, big advantage over For Honor because of just the sheer size of the teams and stuff. So
beats 8 people any day of the week. I mean, even For Honor could do the step up to be 4 teams of 4 would be interesting, but
Yeah.
I mean, there's not even been a whisper of that coming out of it
I don't
or
see it
about the
happening.
DLC. So yeah, and
For as good for
you
it
know
is, but-
we cover For Honor Hot, so we know what we're saying.
This is true.
Exactly. The other interesting thing is that there will be voice command function in the game, which is really kind of
Interesting.
cool. I mean, that's certainly, I mean, you've got it on some PlayStations, Xboxes and all that, but you're never going to really use it. But, you know, just a little bit of trivia there for all you to enjoy. So, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and enjoyed the look of the game, leave a like to show your support. It really does help us, guys. Or even better, subscribe for future videos on Mordhau and many more. That's all the gaming news today from Livewire.
Bye, guys.